Hey guys, it's Ellen here. Today we're working on a very simple fall, some leaf foliage and just a few flowers tutorial. I want to show you how simple it is to create something like this and how simple it is to make the leaves. We're really getting back to basics of just how to use brushes and how to make leaves and to create a simple composition with both. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section. Also, don't forget to check out my Patreon. I have exclusive tutorials and PDF traceable downloads there on Thursdays. This is just a place where people want to support my channel, and I give you exclusive stuff over there. The link is in my description box and my About page. So let's get started. Okay, so we're going to go over supplies. I have a piece of 7 Arches 100% cotton cold pressed paper, 7 by 10 inch, paper towel, my palette, my paints. I always go over my paints as I use them. I always have them in the description box. I have water jars up here. I have like 3 of them. And I went through all my videos and put in links to the products. If you can't find them, they're there on Amazon. I do get a small fee for it, but it took me like, I don't know how many hours to stick all those links in. So now everybody needs to find products that I use. They're in there. I might have to add some later on, other things that I missed, but most of the stuff's there. And some of the colors that I use and other ones that could be fun to use. So this is just going to be a simple like tutorial, making branches and leaves and some flowers. I have my Grumbacher number 10. I have mixed some Prussian blue with some VAnDyke brown, and I got this nice bluish gray brown color. And we're just going to practice doing leaves and stems and some like fall foliage flowers. So I like to use my pinky. I hold the brush like a pen, and I use like a pinky kind of guiding me. And I'll put the little leaf here. So you're swooping and a curved line down, swooping back and coming together and then pulling it. That's how you get the leaf. Swoop, swoop, go in the middle and pull it. Just giving simple instructions on how to make these leaves. You're swooping it, and connecting it, and connecting the leaves. And then I might go in and grab some of that brown and just tap in some dark tones right on the base or on the tip of the leaf, just to add some interest. See, look at that. And then we'll do like another one out here. See, same premise. It's got a little more brown in it, but that's fine. Swooping, swooping, connecting. It's pretty much the movement of how to make these rounded type leaves. Again, go and add a darker bluish, whatever, brown tone. I always tend to add them in the tip and the bottom and back in the stem. You can add some more branches off that and leaves. And it doesn't matter if the colors are different. What's great about this paper is that it has a great bleed to it. Sometimes the bleed can be like bloomed and it has those fuzzy ends, but generally it's nice. So at this point we can grab some, I have some browns over here already mixed with some grays. We're just going to still keep playing, putting in some leaves. The same premise of leaves. Just connecting them to a stem, and it doesn't have to connect completely. It can be like separated like that. And again, I'll go and add maybe just a little black or a darker color in there. And as you notice, I'm just kind of keeping it all on one side. You could have them peek on the other side too. I mean, nothing's stopping you from going like this. See? Nothing. Nothing at all. And now we want to do variety. I'm going to grab a different brush. That brush is kind of big and fat. I love my Princeton long round. I use it all the time because it has a great belly and has a great tip. So you can get really skinny marks and really kind of wider ones at the same time and use it to your advantage. Hence why I'll show you. Get that brown color. Again, I use my pinky sometimes to guide. And I'll make that line. And you can just push down and pull up, which I show you in so many videos. You make this nice skinny little leaves. So simple. Now after overlapping the other one, that's pretty. I like that. Just going down. I mean, you could just do a video. I mean, I could just do a video of me painting leaves, overlapping leaves, and it'd just be fun. And this is just very relaxing, something easy to do. You want to get even looser with your leaves. So I'm going to go in and grab some brown and a little bit of this olive green. I'm going to throw a color in it. I think it's getting a little too blue. Sad. And since it's ugly outside, I want to brighten it up just a bit. So I mixed that. It's kind of like a muted brownish green, but still there's a green there. And I'll just crisscross this. You can even crisscross all of that. Again, here's a nice skinny tip, so you can make all these little skinny lines and then go in and add the leaf. Same way I did the other one. If you want to make it, excuse me, I'm losing my voice, bigger, or if you want to make it tiny, because it has that belly. You just push down like that. You can see how big that belly is. Just going like this makes a nice leaf. And they don't have to be perfect. See, I'm crisscrossing on top of the other leaves. It's a nice element to do. You don't have to keep them separate. Crossing over on top of them, even if they're lighter color, creates that layered look, which I like. So it's peeking through. So obviously it's not realistic. I mean, that's not the point. The point is to enjoy and paint something pretty and fun. And again, you don't have to follow the colors that I'm doing. If you feel like you want to find a different color palette, go right ahead. I'm just kind of mixing with fall colors here. Now I'm going to start grabbing some yellows. Brown, golden yellow. We'll get to some flowers. They're coming. A little more yellow. So I mixed the yellow with the VAnDyke brown. Get this golden yellow color. I kind of test it on my paper towel sometimes. I'm like, I don't know if I like that one. Add some brilliant orange to that. Ugh, I got too much. It happens. The color got too much of one color, so I'll have to remove it. And there we go. It's more like it. That's more like it. Just a tinge of brown. Voila. So this could be a stem also. Ooh, it's kind of bright. I gotta tone that down. There we go. And I water it down and it'll come even lighter. So it's still a little brighter than I wanted, but that's okay. Some more leaves. Just building. I think I'm going to throw in a flower now. I'm going to go back to my big Grumbacher brush. Depending on the color of the flower. It could be in the blue family again. Maybe a little more blue than what I had before. And I might start off, I could start off the center, yellow, just putting in the center. So I have these little marks like this. See? Up and down, up and down. And then from there, I'll add my flower. A little black, bluish black. So it's a Prussian, it's like a deep blue. So I'm going to do the swooping motion. Just like that. Swoop out here. Swoop out here. I'm going to get a little darker with that blue. That's too bright. I'm going to add some black. See the swooping? Connecting in that section. Swoop. I know it sounds so silly to say that, but that's the movement, I would call it. Getting a little darker still with the color. So it's just like 4 little simple swoops, and I'll go in and add some black to have it bleed from the center outward. You can add Paynes gray. So you get this big dark flower. I think he feels lonely, right? He needs another friend. He's just sitting there all by himself. He's like, I need some friends. So we're gonna have to give him some friends. So where are we gonna place that? We could place another one here, another one here, a little one coming peeking here. So I'm gonna place one here, again with this little yellow, and I'm gonna place one here. This is the stamen in the middle. I'll grab my brush, same thing again, the swooping motion. Swoop, swoop, swoop. I'm not going to fill the whole thing like this one. It's going to be like a half flower. So I did a couple of swoops, and then I'm going to do like a half moon kind of right there. Go again and add my darker cones, darker blues, and have that bleed. And now I'm going to do it over here. It's going to be obviously half flower because you don't see it, the rest of it. And again, take your darker tones and have it bleed from the center outward. So you got some peakingness going on each section. So I got 3. You know, you don't have to go crazy. You don't have to fill the whole page. Make it simple. I think I need something small over here. It doesn't have to be the same kind of flower. I'm trying to think what would I do. Same color tones, maybe a little more blue. So I'm just play around with this brush. Maybe a small swoopers. Just a tiny, like more like bud ones. There we go. Even smaller. And I'm going and add the deeper tone again in the middle. And I didn't add the yellow first. I can add that later. So from here, I'm going to take some of this green. I'm going to add some blue to it. More blue. So it's a deeper green, a little brown. I'm going to put some leaves. And I'm going to use this brush. I'm going to point up and swoop down like that. Swoop down and pull it in. And pull back. That's how I create that. And a little stem here. A little leaf here. And that's how we've created this whole section. And again, swoop down and pull back. I think I'm gonna put a little one over here too. I've got some brown in it, but that's okay. So we've got this whole craziness going on over in here. So now I'm going to take some of this brown, mix in some of this gray over here. And I'm just going to throw some branches. I would have painted this on my cardboard. If I can find the other cardboard. I have one that I did a tutorial on one I hated. And I just got rid of it. So I'm just going to put it on some cardboard. So I'll wreck the paper below. And I'm going to take the brush, go from the outer edge out like that. Make some branches. See? Lift it away. But that's how you do it. And if you want to put some leaves on the edge, you don't have to have a border to your paintings. Sometimes you can frame them just with the roughed edge border. See, I'm adding just a little branch right there. Now I want to add some gray. I'm going to grab some blue. There's so much brown color out here. Some bluish gray. can add some leaves or flowers. Simple, fat, kind of roundish leaves. Overlapping the other one. More like it's a little branch of leaves. And again, I'll go in and add some darker tones to the bottom of it. That one got a little too dark. And I'm just really basically creating this as I'm talking to you and videotaping you. This is not a pre-recorded. I don't work that way. I feel like over here I need something, right? Kind of like that yellow just was stuck in there and sneaky, right? Gonna grab some, make it more of a mustardy yellow. Something with the yellow leaf, yellow spray. Another one out here. Just simple little leaves like that. So I feel like, okay, this is when you can get crazy and you're like, I've added too much, I'm going too much. We're kind of like almost done. If you go any more, you're gonna go, it's gonna be everywhere. So now this is where you can have some fun. We'll add some details in a bit, but take one of my brushes, a bigger brush. I'm gonna do some splattering with that blue, gray, black color, and some other tones. Don't want it too blue. I want to see the color. Okay. Grab a brush. Try and go from the flower outward. It's a good thing I have that cardboard there. And then from the leaves, you can get that browner color. Not too much though, just a little bit. You don't want to overdo it. Take the green color. It adds interest, but you don't want too much. I don't want to put it all over the damn page. Okay, now I've gone crazy. So that's it. That's all I'm going to do for that. And then from there, we can go in and add more details. If you want, once it dries, with your leaves, you can go and add the veins to some of them. Just simple details. Nothing too, sorry if you heard my stomach growling. Nothing too fancy, because it's a loose branch leaf tutorial. And with the flower in the center, don't want to get too crazy again. You might want to add a little bit more dark color coming from here. You can add a couple of little lines, spray lines, if you wanted to do that. But again, don't go nuts because we want that loose look. So you have a little sprays. Don't want it too much. Now this one didn't have the yellow. Also, you could go in and put in a branch with some berries, like this is little brown branch here. You can go and throw in some nice dark blue berries, just to change it up a bit, instead of just all being leaves and flowers. I'm going to play around with that stuff, adding different elements just to make it different and have interest. I'll put a few down here, not too much, just a couple. So that last leaf, the last flower didn't have that yellow center. I'm just going to tap in some yellow here. And this flower didn't have any detail on the stems. Just go out like that. And that's pretty much it. Very simple. See, go and add in some of the deep veins, just little lines. And then you have a very simple fall floral. So don't get bogged down that it has to be, what's the word? A border all around it. As you see, it doesn't have a border. You can still add some little peeking things up here. You can add some wording in here. And, you know, play around with adding a little more. Little teeny leaves if you want. A little surprise. Super tiny. Peeking just under here. Kind of cute. That's what I'm saying. Like, you know, just keep playing around with it. But don't overdo it. You know what I mean? It's pretty much done. And everyone's like, how do you know? Because, you know, it looks good. You don't want it to be, unless you wanted a really tight fold, tons of flowers and all that stuff, it would be great. But this is how simple it is. It's how simple I make the leaves, how simple I make the flowers. And just play around with the colors. If you didn't like these colors, you know, I understand. You can use oranges and reds and whatnot. But I just played around with these ones today. So I hope you guys enjoyed this loose floral foliage tutorial. Don't forget to hit my bell notification button to know my tutorials are up. Also, my Patreon, I have exclusive tutorials weekly on Thursdays there with PDF downloads, like traceables that go with them. That's like, I created that for people who wanted to be a patron, which is nice. And I really appreciate it so much, supporting my channel by being a patron. So I give you exclusive tutorials there and some downloads. Thank you guys so much. Have a great day, and I hope you're staying safe, and I'll speak to you soon.